The project here at the Wesley Playhouse really started 5 years ago when the church was in the throes of having to close because the membership had gone down to around 6 or 7 members who were all elderly in their 70s and were really wondering where the future was for them as a church. I came to them with the idea of perhaps making the church into a play centre, a bit like a wacky warehouse, in the hope that young people and families from the surrounding area would be able to come and enjoy somewhere where Christianity was lived out, a place where people could share their faith. There were people who thought, well, where's the money going to come from? Because at the time we only had about £3,000 in the bank. How was it really church? People in the past had done play groups, they'd done mums and tots groups, we'd run holiday clubs, and nothing really had worked. And in the year 2000 we'd gone out and asked the local community what they actually wanted here. And a lot of people said somewhere safe that they could come with their families. Biffa came and said they'd give us the full funding of £50,000, which for a project like we were trying to do, purely church, purely outreach, for them as a secular granting agent, it was really an answer to prayer.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
The congregation based here were, when I started the work, 70 and 80 years old. There's 7 of them. They've always had a heart for the people of this community. Each member comes to the Playhouse different days of the week. They blow balloons up, they make party bags, they make the sandwiches on the Saturdays for the parties, and they have a real involvement here. And in fact, near enough every member would say to you now, if only you'd done this 10 years ago when we were younger, we'd like to spend more and more time here, because we can see how our building has come to life, how the faith here has grown.
I've been praying for the guidance for this church for years now. I have felt from the word go that God's been with us all the way. We've had a lot of obstacles to overcome. Most of us couldn't see what Caroline could see. We were daunted, I think, all the way until the day of the very opening. And we haven't been daunted since.
And 3 years to the day almost since we opened, we've had 42,000 people through the door. On Good Friday we had over 100 people here celebrating Good Friday and all that it means to be a Christian. 100 people coming to find out about the story of Easter. 8 different families have asked to have their children baptised in the Playhouse, because that's where they've come with their children, and they recognise this is a church, they recognise this is church for them.
Thank you, Lord.
On the second Sunday of the month we have a family worship where families are encouraged to come together to do something similar to Messy Church, where they come and they do crafts and they sing together. And we're actually seeing now between 40 and 100 people come once a month to that event, and finding it a real blessing to them. There is a purpose for every church to be their faith-sharing community. And if we're not sharing our faiths, then why are we here? And perhaps our buildings will be the legacy of the lack of faith that some people have in actually stepping forward and looking to where people need the church, not the other way around. I would say if anyone's thinking of starting something new, the biggest step is to first let go. Let go of the past, let go of all the things that have happened before, and actually look forward to what God wants to do through you. So my view is, you don't have to be a vicar, you don't have to be a minister, you just have to be a Christian that's willing to follow where Jesus leads.